It is time for some Reddit stories about people who have messed up today. I'm Shane, and my guests today are Tommy and Courtney. Yeah. So, like I said, the theme for today is all from the subreddit Tfue, or Today I Fricked Up, so to say.
Have you fricked up today?
I don't think I've fricked up today yet.
I fricked up. I had to get gas this morning and I was late.
Wow.
I fricked up. I'm almost out of gas, and I didn't get gas.
Uh-oh.
I actually am also almost out of gas. I'm gonna have to stop and get gas out.
Okay, well, only one of us can get gas.
We show up to the gas station. We're both fighting over one spot. All right, let's just go.
Let's do it. Wow.
This first one comes from, I think all of these come from the subreddit Today I F***ed Up. So, first story. Today I f***ed up by talking to Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, well, there's your mistake right there.
Yeah, there you go. My kids are off school for the holidays, so I took them to the local trampoline park today. When we got there, I looked around and noticed a familiar face. I look a little closer and I realize it's Neil Patrick Harris there with one of his kids. We live near Los Angeles, so it's not uncommon to spot a celeb. In fact, I've seen Neil Patrick Harris out and about once before. I went over to him, excited to tell him how much our family recently enjoyed 8-Bit Christmas. Good movie, by the way, worth a watch for 80s/90s kids. So I say, "Hey, are you Neil Patrick Harris?" I ask. He smiles. "No, but I get that a lot. I am an actor, though." Me, disappointed and assuming he's in community theater or something. "Oh, really? What have you been in?" Him, politely. "Well, I've been Iceman in all of the X-Men movies." Immediately, I realized that the reason he looked familiar was because he is Shawn Ashmore. He does indeed play Iceman in the X-Men franchise and is also Lamplighter in The Boys. So I pretty much made an ass of myself. To his credit, he was extremely cool about it. Seemed like a genuinely nice guy. But lesson learned, I probably won't try to talk to celebrities anymore. I have seen Shawn Ashmore in an audition, but I recognize him as Iceman. Yeah, he does look. He kind of looks like Neil Patrick Harris.
Literally, there's only one person in my mind as Neil Patrick Harris, and I would not. That's so interesting. Well, you f***ed up, dude. What the f***? That was messed up.
Dude, you're such a piece of shit.
Why did you do that?
Why'd you try to talk to
do
Neil
that?
Patrick Harris?
Honestly, it's not that bad.
It's not. This isn't that bad of a mess up, and like I don't really fault people for going up and talking to someone, and they were super polite about how they went about it. For me personally, if I see someone that I'm a fan of, I don't talk to them.
Especially if they're with their children.
Yeah,
That's a huge.
I would say I'd be like,
bounds.
they're out with their kids. Like, let them be out with their kids.
Exactly. I wonder how they said, "What have you been in?" Because that would change it. Oh, well, what have you been in?
Yeah, literally.
Or if they were
it's
like,
like-
"Oh my God, well, what? Like, how do I know you?" That I think that
Yeah,
flips.
like I'd save face and just be like, "Oh, I definitely recognize you. Sorry." Like,
clearly
I
I
didn't.
know you.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to see the side by side?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Let's see.
No.
No. What?
No. Not even if they tried to look like each other.
He's a good actor.
That is not Neil Patrick Harris. You did.
But what if singing?
buddy? No.
They have the same top 1/3 of their head.
Yes.
Like,
and that's what
eyebrows
this person
up.
just looks
So
like.
if he went like this, maybe you would think.
Maybe.
Some comments here. Honestly, I like Neil Patrick Harris, but I would rather meet Shawn Ashmore. Someone said, one time Drake came up to me at a nightclub in Charlotte, North Carolina, and asked if I was Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Turns out he wasn't Drake, nor was I Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
What?
I love
What in
that.
the world?
And they're like, we got a great business opportunity here. Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Drake. Someone said, dude looks nothing like Doogie Howser, MD. Yeah,
Nice.
that's.
Doesn't.
I think that's what's a little surprising to me is clearly they didn't know. I mean, how do you watch a movie with Neil Patrick Harris and then in person? I guess people think in person someone might look a little different.
I just imagine Neil Patrick Harris always is like snapping and like skipping wherever he's going. So like
He's
I would
like
look
a
for
root
that.
toot toot kind of
Yeah,
guy.
he's just he's showbiz.
I try not to have expectations because sometimes you meet a celebrity in person and they're the complete opposite of their on-camera persona.
Yeah.
My take is like, I am such a fan of some people, but I know I'm not a fan of who they actually are in real life. I'm a fan of the performance that they're giving, even when they're doing talk shows and red carpets. It's all a performance. So when you meet them in real life, I don't want that shattered.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm certain it will be shattered.
And a trampoline park with their kids is probably the least glamorous place to meet somebody.
Absolutely. You got that weird overhead lighting.
Yeah.
It's like smells
No,
like
stinky.
feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
You up.
Sorry, you up. All right, next story. Today I up by telling a student I'd bang his dad.
Hell yeah.
That's not up. That's awesome. I was teaching 8th graders. Ages 13 to 14 earlier today. A small group started to freestyle rap during the class, and it was, well, quite something. Suddenly, almost half the class were gathered around one table trying to rap something. I went there and rapped a few sentences just for fun, and the students were flabbergasted that a teacher would do something like that with them. I was bad, of course. I can't rap at all, but they seemed to be in awe, which was funny. They tried to get earlier rappers to battle with me, but no one dared. Not because of my rapping skills, but because I'm the teacher after all. Well, I thought I'd throw in something anyway. One student had earlier told me not to call him endearing, and I had apologized. Now I poked at him by rapping about calling him dear. He poked back, saying something about my salary. And I said, I'll go and bang your dad.
Oh my God.
Because it rhymed in our language. The student was offended while others laughed. At the end of the class, he came to me and said, give me 20 euros or he'll tell the principal I said the thing. And I said, okay, yeah, I'll own up to my mistake. We can go right now. He huffed and said he'd prefer the money. I laughed and said, see you next week. I feel like I f***ed up big time and I feel bad for him.
Oh boy.
That kid just completely let his bluff down. Like, dude.
Just wanted 20 euros.
Yeah, but like, she's like, let's go to the principal. He's like, all right, let's go.
I would have asked for
And
more.
then as you're walking up, it's just be like, 40 euros now. If you want to change now.
That teacher is ballsy, I feel like to be willing to go to the principal and admit to that. Because, like, I don't know, like, maybe it depends on the country you're in, but I feel like a kid in an American school would be like, go to the principal and like not like opposite of sugarcoat it, you know what I mean? I feel like that's what people do in schools, especially if they have like Karen parents, you know, where it's like, this teacher threatened to have sex with my father without consent. Like it can get, I'm like, whoa.
I feel like in the U.S., this kid's parents would show up and get the teacher fired.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like that's fine. But this teacher was like, yeah, let's go. Like, all right. I don't understand the parameters
give me
of
20
that.
euros. And she's like, give me your dad's phone number.
I mean, this teacher just had to listen to these kids freestyle. They're 14-year-olds.
A lot of punishment.
Yeah.
I would be like, screw it, get me fired.
And they're from Finland, so it's Finland rapping. I've never heard that.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard Finnish rapping.
And the
Finish rapping.
Hey, why don't
can you finish
finish?
rap?
Could you guys finish?
Finish rapping. And the big question on everyone's minds is the dad hot?
Is the dad hot?
Is dad hot?
I don't know.
More importantly, is the teacher hot?
That's also a good question. Someone said, TIFU, today I flowed unmercifully.
Okay.
Someone said, your only option now is to bang that kid's dad. Unfortunately, gotta own up to it. That got 48 upvotes. Someone said, can I ask if you remember what the rhyme went like and in what language? I'd like to get a sense of the flow.
Yeah.
OP responded, it was in Finnish, translated literally to him saying, you don't make money with your bad work check. And me saying, okay, but I'll go and bang your dad. Ha ha ha, yeah, I guess I'll be fine. Might go and tell the principal myself. That had 199 upvotes.
Wow.
I never witnessed my teachers trying to be cool when I was in middle school. They were all pretty.
Yeah, I don't feel like I experienced teachers that were trying. It was like they either were
I was
or
just
they
about
weren't.
to say, they either were cool or they were not cool.
Yeah, there
I
was
would
no
say the
attempts made.
coolest teacher we had was our science teacher, but he wasn't like a cool guy, and he wasn't trying to be. He just was really into teaching science, and his whole thing was like, hey, we're not going to use textbooks. We're going to do experiments in this class. I'm going to show you cool stuff.
That's awesome.
And everyone was just like, hell yeah. You knew when you were going to that class that cool stuff was going to happen. And so he just fully embraced being a teacher and the subject matter, and that made him cool as opposed to trying to like fit in with 14. You're also never going to succeed at that. You're never gonna impress a group of
No.
14-year-olds.
My
Give
science
up.
teacher was like, would teach it like he was a villain in a movie, explaining how he was gonna blow up the planet, like talking about like gravitational force, how it was like enough to freaking blast a hole through a rock, and it was like kind of scary. But then my math teacher had a whole, like in algebra, had a whole like quarter-long unit called math basketball, and basically taught us stats and stuff with basketball.
Oh yeah, my history teacher, he was like, he showed us the JFK assassination video, and then he was like, the government's hiding stuff.
My Spanish
He
teacher
was
did
like,
that.
He was like, "Blah, blah, yeah, and I loved it. We were all like, this guy's
That's
dope.
insane.
I
Yeah.
can't believe I'm so glad I'm not alone in that. Okay.
Yeah, and all of us were like,
Yeah. Sometimes on a day where nobody
Jesus.
wanted to learn, we would ask our Spanish teacher about it a little bit, and then he would take the whole class to talk about it instead of actually teach
and did you
us.
know? Did you all know that that would happen?
Yes.
So you're like, okay.
Well, we hoped.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So we had a lot of cool teachers.
Yeah.
Cool teacher.
There's a little update.
Ooh.
I talked with the principal, and we both agreed I f***ed up. But now I have learned my lesson. Will never happen again, and I'll talk with the student later. The student is a known troublemaker, so the principal wasn't surprised he had tried to extort money from me. Oh well. By the way, I'm not a woman. Doesn't change anything for me. Bang his dad.
TIFYD. Today I f***ed your dad.
A whole subreddit just for that. Okay, here we go. Title is interesting. Today I f***ed up by repeatedly shooting my boss in the head. Okay, I'm assuming they're not confessing to murder, so we'll see what this actual context is.
Okay, David Dobrik ass clickbait.
This happened a few days ago. Went paintballing with my office colleagues as an end-of-year celebration. In a game, I ran to the edge of the arena hoping to flank the other team. Two people on the other team had the same idea, and we found ourselves in a standoff behind some wooden cover. I shot the first person quickly, and they called their hit and went away. It was then between me and one other guy. I'm going to call him Dave. Instead of wearing a full helmet, Dave wore only a mask which left the rear and the top side of his head uncovered. Unluckily for him, the top of his head was visible to me through a slit in his wooden cover. I considered for a moment what to do. Do I shoot him in the head and cause immense pain and agony, or do I wait for a shot against a more protected part of his body? In the end, I thought I only need to shoot him once for him and I to be on our way, and by wearing a mask and not a helmet, he knew full well that what could happen. So I steadied my aim and shot him through the gap in the wood, clean onto the top of his head. I heard him scream, "Ah, you bastard!" But he didn't call the hit. He didn't even move from his position. So I shouted, "Call your hit!" But he didn't respond. I am sure he heard me because I saw his head turn slightly when I spoke, but he didn't call his hit. So I shot him again and again and again in the exact same spot on the top of his head. With each shot, he let out a grunt, but did not call his hit. It was kind of satisfying, actually, seeing the paintballs explode on the top of his head. At this point, his head is a yellow/red paintballing mess, but yet he still does not call his hit. Eventually, a marshal comes nearby, and I tell him that Dave did not call his hit, but as you can see, he is covered in paint. The marshal tells me to shoot him once more so he can see it for himself. So right through that same slit in the wood, I shoot him in the exact same spot on the top of his head. He doesn't call his hit, and the marshal pulls him out and escorts him away. I then see him after the game, crying his eyes out, holding a bag of frozen peas against his head, and walking toward the car park. Turns out it was my line manager, my boss. I'm not sure whether to tell him it was me that shot him after the Christmas holidays. Dude, what the is this guy thinking, though? Like, you're not going to call a hit, you're getting shot repeatedly, and you're not going to move?
Was that their first time playing paintball together?
I'm assuming.
Because maybe this boss didn't know the
rules.
and understand.
They, at paintballing courses, usually pretty explicitly, like almost annoyingly so, explain the rules. In my experience, because I've gone a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, one of the first times I went paintballing this is forever ago. It's one of the first times out here in LA. I became friends, I'm not gonna say who, I became friends with someone who was on Malcolm in the Middle, and I got invited to go to like their season wrap like paintballing match.
Damn.
I don't recall who all was there, but it was a bunch of crew and cast from Malcolm in the Middle. And I at one point was like stuck up in a corner in this like room, and suddenly a guy appeared at the doorway, and I just kind of look at him and I was like, oh, and then he shoots me square in the balls. and I was like, I'm out.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Jesus.
I
Yeah.
mean, we've experienced paintball. I've experienced it on Smosh Game stuff. It's
There that day.
you did it too? Did
Yeah,
you
that's when I
fight?
was filling in for Olivia.
That's
Oh, right.
So
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
all experienced
We all did
paintballing.
paintball. Yeah.
It's fun. I've gone a lot.
I the first time I did it, like I cried because the pain was so shocking. Also, they like cornered me and it was kind of brutal and it made me scared. But like, I can't imagine on bare skin and your
Your
head.
head, where there's like no.
Yeah,
Juice
what was
in
if you
the
get
middle.
shot, if you get
doing?
shot, it's almost like a reflex for me to be like, I'm in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, you got me. Like,
and it's scary, like to be hit. So it's so funny that the boss was like crying after I cried. So I relate, but like, why did you like this guy must have been shot in the head 5
I just don't know.
times.
He's being a bad sport though by not
Yeah.
like acknowledging it.
Yeah, and like
It's so men.
it is
Such
so
a man thing.
It-
So men.
I don't know. Yeah, it does hurt, but I don't know.
It stings.
One
the
I got
crime?
shot. I luckily it hit my mask, but I did once get hit in the forehead.
On that dome?
On that freaking dome. It's a big
And then
target.
you started to remember.
And then I was like, portal, like, whoa! There's an edit here, so let's see what other info. To those of you worried that I did serious damage to him, he is mostly fine, I think.
That's it? That's the whole edit?
That's not the whole edit. But that's not the response. To those who are concerned, I don't know if he's okay. He has a sore head and was quite embarrassed from crying in front of his staff. It was your basic rent to the public paintball gun that did not possess any real dangerous power behind it. Though getting shot in the exact same spot over and over probably increased the pain quite a bit.
Why didn't
now,
he move even?
that's what I'm kind of shocked. He's just there just like, Now, some have said he will recognize my voice. I didn't think about that. I am sure my voice from within a paintball helmet at a distance from behind some cover was still heard, but probably not super recognizable given the circumstances. I don't think he really got a good look at me either, so I think I'm in the clear. To be sure, I just checked my calendar for the coming work week and saw my boss has scheduled a meeting for everyone that attended the paintball event.
Ooh.
Depending on how that goes, I may post a further update for the near future.
Oh my God, I hope there is one.
So in the comments, someone said, I'm assuming he was new to paintball and didn't know he had to call it. OP responded, we were all told the rules at the start, and he also saw his teammate get shot and call their hit. So he knew that hit calling was a thing. Perhaps he thought that headshots didn't count or something, LOL, plus 6,000 upvotes. No, the whole idea of a game of paintball is like, hey, if you get shot, you're probably out.
Right.
No, this guy was a sore sport. And he has a sore head.
Sore head and crying? Sounds like my Friday night.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah,
else
how's
said-
your head? Sore.
Sore.
Someone else said, I really like how the ref was like, one more time to prove it. Dude already had paint all over his head, and ref just wanted to see his pain. Someone said, hang on, you shot him several times in the top of the head, and he never once moved or ducked away from that spot. I've seen plenty of idiots in paintball, but never anything like that. Doesn't make a lot of sense. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah?
you move.
What? I don't know. Like, maybe he couldn't figure out what to do next, but you simply lie down. or
That man is
something.
having
Like,
that man is having like a D-Day moment.
Like,
He just starts like, that guy is freaking out.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine having a weapon in your hand.
Yeah, he didn't even shoot back. Like
Yeah,
what?
didn't even wherever that crack was, stick your gun through the crack. Like, do something, my
I
guy.
would do something. Someone said, it's better for the both of you if he doesn't find out. OP responded, I agree. I need to practice my, oh my God, I can't believe that happened face if he brings it up in the next meeting.
Yeah, I mean, because nobody
God.
saw except for the marshal.
Yeah, he just has to make sure to not say call your hit or whatever. The thing that he shouted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call your hit.
In a lineup.
No, the boss comes, he's like, I want all of
Everyone
you
to say it?
Yeah.
say this phrase.
Like, what is that meeting gonna be? I wish we could be in that room.
He's just at his cubicle one day and just gets shot with a paintball. Update.
Yeah!
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Almost 2 weeks ago, I repeatedly shot my boss in the head at a paintball event with some colleagues from work. Last week, I noticed my boss scheduled a meeting for everyone that went paintballing that day. Today was that meeting. I was anxious all day and barely got any work done. I kept reading comments back to myself about how he is going to recognize my voice, or that he had a mental breakdown of some kind, and that I irresponsibly failed to notice before shooting another 4 paintballs straight at his head. It didn't help that people in the office were talking about how our line manager cried at paintballing. All I added, God damn, that's so rough.
That's gonna be talked about for like 8 years.
I'm unfortunately picturing like 5-year-old crying. I'm picturing just like, ah!
He said crying his eyes
Like
out.
with an ice cream cone, like someone bought him an ice cream. He's just like, ah!
and the visual of a frozen bag of peas.
How did they have a frozen bag of peas at a paintball
They
course?
probably needed a few frozen bags of peas for.
It didn't help that people in the office were talking about how our line manager cried at paintballing. All I added to the conversation were lines like, oh yeah, I saw that after the game, what happened? And wow, that's crazy. It became clear that nobody really knew what happened. Most people thought that he fell and banged his head really bad or something. Everyone knew he cried, even people that didn't go paintballing, but nobody actually knew what happened. Only I knew he didn't hit his head. He just took the same shot over and over to the exact same spot. He didn't call his hit and then cried afterwards. That's all that happened. Once we sat and settled in the conference room, the boss made it clear that he didn't want anyone in the office discussing out-of-work activities during working hours. Word must have gotten around that his crying was a topic of conversation. He said he is fine, nothing serious, and then said something that took every inch of my composure not to react. I don't know if I can quote him word for word, but he said something like this. I raised my hand and was running back to base, and that's when I slipped in the mud and hit my head against a barrel. When he said those words, I felt like it was a Mexican standoff. He glanced around the room, looking for a reaction, but I didn't give him one. Internally, though, I was like, what in the actual are you on about? I literally watched the paintballs one by one splat off the top of your head over and over before you got walked out of the game by a marshal. Also, it was the top of your head that was sore. Now, unless you dived like a dolphin into that barrel head first, I don't see how that part of your body would get injured if you actually slipped and hit something. Externally, though, my face tried to mirror the rest of the room and was a mixture of compassion and surprise. Shout out to all of you that commented that I should practice the shocked Pikachu face. That was literally what I went for. He still doesn't know who did it. Everyone else believes his story. I'm not sure whether I should let it go or call him out on it. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Just let it go.
Let it go.
Your boss is literally Michael Scott. That's
so funny. You already won. You shot him in the head like 7 times, bro.
Yeah, dude.
You know, and he knows someone knows. And that's going to be with both of you for the rest of your lives.
Did nobody else see him getting walked out by a marshal with a ton of paint on the top of his head?
Apparently not if he thinks he can sell that story.
I just think people are just like, whatever.
They're like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, dude. That's so funny.
They're like,
Well-
cool, can we talk about the raise that we were supposed to get?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, I didn't cry. I didn't cry at all.
I didn't cry. It's unfortunately very coded in that.
It is very.
People are saying that I tripped.
That's insane.
Wow.
Oh my God. And maybe one day when either that manager's gone or like you're out drinking with some buddies that we work with, you could tell that story and then keep it on the DL, but you do not need that leg up on the boss. Don't.
Make your workspace easy to be in. Let it go.
I just feel like inevitably, though, they're going to have like a Breaking Bad moment where he's going to be in his office and he's going to be talking about music. And he's like, yeah, do you like the Beatles? He's like, yeah, they've got a lot of great hits. And the boss is going to be like, what did you say? He's like, they have a lot of great hits. That last word, hit.
What happens when someone takes out their phone and tries to reach you? What is it called? Call?
This episode is brought to you by Aura. You know, finding the perfect gift this holiday season can be very difficult, but one of the best gifts you can always give is memories. And Aura Frames is one of the best digital frames out there, named the #1 digital frame by Wirecutter. This one right here was a gift to me from Kiana, and she loaded up some images on here that I have yet to see. So let's check it out here. Oh, there's me. Oh, there, is that me? I mean, truly, this is a great gift this holiday season. It's an easy win. Any one of your family members or friends would love this gift, and there's a lot of fun to be had with it. Listeners can save $40 on their best-selling Carver mat frame here by visiting auraframes.com/pitreddit. That's AURA frames.com/pitreddit to save $40 on this bad boy right here. Terms and conditions apply. This episode is also brought to you by NordVPN. As you can probably tell from a lot of these Reddit stories, the internet is a very scary place. But with NordVPN, they're here to protect you from all of the internet's most common cybersecurity threats. They can encrypt your online traffic to protect you while connected to public Wi-Fi networks. And with their threat protection, they can warn you of any dangerous links or dangerous websites, things that might harm your computer, and it can even scan files while they're being downloaded to stave off any malware attempts. Incredible stuff. If you're interested in having a safer browsing experience, you can give NordVPN a try. And for now, we have an exclusive deal just for you. You can grab this exclusive deal at nordvpn.com/pitreddit for extra subscription time. Try it risk-free now for a 30-day money-back guarantee. Once again, that's nordvpn.com/pitreddit for extra subscription time. Thanks again to NordVPN for sponsoring this episode. Next story. Today I f***ed up by reading about gay penguins to my Baptist school preschool class. Hell yeah. That's awesome. I just got a job as a preschool teacher at a Baptist church school. It's not what I studied to be in college, but it certainly keeps life interesting. Due to being a teacher with a low budget for nearly everything, I get all the books I read to my kids from the local library. Usually I borrow anywhere from 20 to 25 books at a time, so I won't have to go more than twice a month. I didn't pre-scan today's book because most children's books are pretty straightforward. Colors, cute animals, oddly specific life lessons, whatever. Today in class we were learning all about penguins. I had picked up And Tango Makes Three from the library because, aw, there's a penguin. And bam, I've got my circle time book covered for the day. I began reading the book out loud, not really tracking the plot development, as most of my cognitive energy was focused on my vocals and theatrics. It's how you keep the kids entertained. When suddenly the two boy penguins of the story began to act like a couple. Once the story progressed to the two boy penguins raising an egg together, I realized I had captivated my students' attention. But Mrs. User/Honey Badger Ho is her username on Reddit.
All right.
Okay.
How can they make a baby without a mommy? I was bombarded with questions about God, Jesus, boys loving boys, and can girls love girls too? Fun fact, the book is based on a true story about two gay penguins who raised a girl penguin who grew up to also be gay. I suddenly realized that they had probably never been exposed to this idea before, and that I had majorly shit the bed. In context, woo gays, gay it up. I don't give a shit.
Woo gays.
Woo
gay it up.
gays.
Woo gays, gay it up.
Woo gays. Gay it up.
I'm gonna have a sign for Pride
Woo
that says
gays.
that.
Woo gays, gay it up. For the entire rest of the day, they asked me and the other teachers if we had two daddies and started telling their parents about the two daddy penguins when it was pickup time. Now, I adore this book and will totally read it to my kids, but as a new preschool teacher at a very Christian church, TLDR, today I f***ed up by accidentally reading to my Baptist preschool class about gay penguins and probably opened a giant can of gay worms at home.
Gay worms at home.
I don't know. As a teacher, you didn't really f*** up by teaching them something that's real.
Yeah, it's like, no, this is actually like a scientific event.
It's a
Yeah.
true story. So you read them a true story about a real thing. You're doing what teachers do. I'm sorry, their parents
Yeah.
don't want them to know about.
I hope
world.
that teacher doesn't get like long-term impacted by that, because like just we hear so much about schools banning so many books, and it's like, yeah, on paper, like that is what that book is. It's a scientific event, actually happened. This is just a cute, youthful way to tell kids about what happened. But in schools like that, they're reading between the lines, and they you know, it's confirmation bias of what they don't want to hear. So that's tough.
It also, I will say, the kids' reactions completely contradicts an argument that you hear so much from people of like, well, they're kids, they're not ready to hear about it. It's like the kids were
No, they're
clearly
curious.
very ready to hear about
Yeah.
it. They were stoked.
Yeah.
Like they'd opened up a whole world for them.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
were intrigued and asking, can girl penguins love each other too? And it's like,
Yeah, it's like I'm glad they're hearing this at this age because that's when you should be hearing because then it's
Yeah.
all normalized. And also, as someone who considers themselves a gay penguin, I love the representation.
I consider myself a gay worm at home.
I want a gay worm. We have gay worms at home. Gay worms at home.
Oh my God. Some info quickly. The book she read, And Tango Makes Three, was one of the most banned children's books from schools last year.
Oh my God.
That's so insane. I'm sorry you're banning nature, a real thing. Of course, it's in the U.S.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I mean, sorry if you didn't know, it's the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, technically, like, this teacher is they could be in trouble because it's like, if it was in any way just a book that wasn't appropriate, the teacher didn't screen the book ahead of time, which
Yeah.
I'm like, no, like this book isn't a problem. It's
still
not
a kid's
inappropriate.
book.
It's literally nothing. There's nothing appropriate. It's not like the book went into graphic detail about like mating and stuff. Like, no, it was yeah.
It
Yeah.
sucks. I mean, I love books, and I think it should be available to kids, and it's.
Yeah, and maybe that school needs to be more intentional with funding books for the students.
Well, that's also the thing. It's like,
Yeah. Like, whose fault is it really?
Although that does make me want an adult version of the gay penguin book.
Yeah, like a romance novel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gay penguins.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
Love
He
that.
put his
Like
beak on my chest.
And
Graves me.
I just pictured like when birds like do the little thing in the feathers.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway.
Morgan Freeman's there. He's like, now I don't know what's happening, but I'm trying to figure
This
it
is
out.
a lot for me to handle.
Some comments. Entertaining and heartwarming today. I f***ed up. Although I laughed more at the thought of little kids referring to OP as Honey Badger Ho.
Yeah.
all-
Miss Honey Badger Ho.
Someone said, all joking aside, that is a really great kids book. Hopefully the reasonable parents will use it as an opportunity to talk about different family dynamics with their kids, and the others don't create too much fuss. OP responded, that's what I'm hoping to. It's such a sweet story, and I really tried to emphasize that love is everywhere. I'm glad that she didn't deny.
Yeah, she adapted to the situation really well, it sounds like.
Yeah, because I think other teachers at a Baptist school would be like, no, this is wrong. Like they would immediately do that. I am glad she leaned in. Did those kids a huge favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's our next story. Today I f***ed up by admiring a tattoo at the climbing gym. I recently started indoor rock climbing as a way to stay in shape and finally got my friend to go with me as well. He started to get the hang of things and we were having an awesome time. A really skilled climber went in front of us, about 10 feet away, and he had a smallish tattoo on his shoulder. It looked like this really shredded guy really struggling to get to the top of a climb, which I thought was a pretty badass tattoo for a climber. I say to my friend, dang, that's a baller tattoo. Maybe I can get one down the road if I get better at climbing. Do you think the guy in the tattoo makes it? I don't think he's going to make it. My friend looked at the guy's shoulder, looked back at me, turned red, called me an asshole, and stormed out of the climbing gym. That's when I saw that the tattoo wasn't of a climber making a climb, but rather Jesus struggling to survive on the cross. I have never felt so embarrassed in my entire life. He hasn't talked to me since.
Is he gonna make
Bonus up, my friend is a very religious Christian. I assumed because I would have laughed.
Yeah.
Spoiler, he didn't make it.
But then he did.
But then he did.
Then he actually
3 days
did.
later.
Jesus would laugh at that.
So that was it? That was the end?
That's my take. That's my
Your
take.
friend ran away red in the face?
Well, I think that maybe if your friend is that, I don't know, you're going to lose that friend
know.
eventually.
Yeah.
Wait, but so because the OP's eyes were not good at first?
Yeah, that's intense. No, I think the friend is kind of crazy.
It's like, did the guy with the tattoo even hear them?
Guess not. He probably wouldn't have been offended.
No.
He'd been like, oh, no, it's not a climber,
Do you
it's
think
Jesus.
so maybe the friend thought it was like a sick joke?
Yeah, but like,
guess.
not even that sick. Like, do you think the guy in the tattoo makes it? I don't think he's going to make it. That's not even that bad of a joke. I think religious people would make that joke.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think he's gonna make it?
Yeah.
Sensey guy. Sensitive.
He's super and to just drop your friend.
What an
immediately.
inquisitive person OP is too. They're like, I wonder if I make it to that tattoo as well. And do you think the tattoo will make
I know.
it? I don't think the tattoo guy will make
That's
it.
some NPC behavior right there. Do you think he makes it? I wonder if he made it.
I would
Maybe
like a
I
tattoo.
should get a tattoo. Some comments here. You can now say you've had a Larry David moment. Congratulations. Someone said, if the tattoo is indistinct enough not to be immediately recognizable as a crucifix, that is entirely due to a crappy tattoo artist. Not your fault and not a today I f***ed up. Someone said, hopefully you can resurrect your friendship, OP. It may take up to 3 days, though.
Oh.
Nice.
That was
I
good.
run out red in the face.
No.
No.
That's
That's not
Wow.
that's come on. That is a Larry David moment. He didn't mean to
Yeah, that's not a big.
do that.
That's not a big ordeal.
You guys both have tattoos.
That's right.
Do you when you see other people's tattoos, do you ask about them? I feel like
Yeah.
that's common.
Yeah, I like asking people about their tattoos because usually usually the first one or like there's like a few that have like deep meaning.
Yeah.
And then after a while they're just like, I like that thing, I just put it on my bod. Because like
Yeah.
after a while you're like just like screw it, I want more tattoos. And I like when people ask me about my stuff because right now they all mean something.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
That is weird.
good luck.
Does he have a bump on his head?
Yeah,
That's a bump on
Shane.
his
That's the first time anyone's ever gotten it right.
Did he get shot with paintballs a bunch?
My best friend and I were watching Drag Race and actually Drag You, and we saw Lady Bunny who has like a giant wig, and we were like, what if instead of a bunch of wigs she has a Looney Tunes bonk on her head and there's just one wig on top of it? And so she drew it, and then we were laughing our ass off, and then the next morning I had a math test and she had written good luck on it and slapped it on the door so I'd laugh on my way out. And we lived together for like 2 years and it was there the whole time. So she has a matching tattoo in the same spot.
That's so
that's really sweet.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I like when people ask me about my tattoos. It is like a fun conversation starter. I think it depends on the tattoos, because if I see dates on people, I'm like, I'm not asking
Yeah,
what that is.
that's
Yeah.
Or like, but if it's one that I really like, sometimes I'll ask about it. Maybe ask where their artist is from or where they got it from. But yeah.
Yeah, and all of your tattoos have like, you kind of are the exception of the rule, where all of your tattoos have really cool meanings to them.
Yeah, just like fun little meanings or references to like most of them are movie references.
Then you got Spencer, who's got a thwomp on his.
Yeah, he's just like, I like that. I put it on.
I like it it's from Mario.
I love it.
He has it so that every time we play Mario Party on Smosh games, you can be like, look, I got it.
Ooh,
It's like, all right, we get it, dude. We get it, dude. All right, we got a little silly one for you here. Today I f***ed up because I waked and baked.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Dude, fucking sick, bro.
Brother.
Also, that just hopping in really quick, that is a up.
Yeah.
I've never done that, and I can't imagine.
I mean, if you've got nothing to do,
Yeah, truly, you have to.
then you could, yeah, but if anything, you're like, oh, I need to go to the grocery store. I'm like, oh, shit.
I'd never do that because I'd be worried about getting a phone call.
Exactly. Just
I'd be
like,
worried about anything.
yeah.
Today I f***ed up because I waked and baked. Basically what the title says. My husband and I are moving on Saturday, and I've been packing all my crap in boxes, but I'm close to the end. So I thought I'd treat myself to a wake and bake. And indeed I got, and still am, smashingly high. There's emojis in this one, so
Just like,
you'll know when they put emojis. That was just air. That was the wind one,
Got it, yeah.
the cloud. Then my mortgage broker dude calls me 3 times in a row, so I'm forced to answer. See, that's what happens. He said he needs some urgent paperwork and some of my husband's information/passwords that I don't have access to. He was very worked up about it and was trying to get information out of me, but I was so spaced out I could only make out every third word. Finally, I managed to say, "Okay, Coolio, I'll have my husband call you after he gets off work." She probably wasn't calling him Coolio. She was like, "Okay, Coolio, I'll have him."
Okay, Coolio.
Okay, Coolio.
Mr. Coolio.
Listen, Mr. Coolio, I hung up and my heart was pounding in my chest. He said if he didn't get that info, then we won't be able to close on the house on Friday like I'd planned, and the house deal wouldn't go through. I'm not used to having to do shit like that and I didn't like it. So now I'm back to scrolling on my Reddit account before I gotta get some more boxes packed and clean the house. Adulting is hard AF. So now I just hope no one else calls me in the meantime. LOL. Peace emoji. They're still high, and they're still figuring this out.
Some say they still are to this day. Wow.
As of filming this was posted about a month ago, so maybe they're still high.
If I was in their situation, I would just like copy paste that number that called me, send it to my husband, and be like, "Yo,
Help.
they called.
Go
I
do."
don't know.
I'm feeling
stoned.
space right now, so.
I'm feeling space. I'm feeling the speed of the Earth's orbit."
And I cannot move. I would do it, but unfortunately we have a box of Cheerios, and I'm just really into it.
If you waked and baked, wouldn't it technically be woked and boked?
And boked.
Woke
and woke.
and
Awoken and a boken and a bacon?
Woked and toked.
Woked and toked.
Here's the thing, you can wake and bake, but you have to your body has to like wake. The wake is part of it. You need to be awake first, at least in my situation.
Well, yeah.
I need coffee in my body, I need water, I need food, and then we can hop in.
You don't just go like this, you're just like,
I've heard of that. I've heard of like frat houses or like wherever like dudes
just
are.
like having it ready. So
No, like where friends will
Insane.
like be there like for their birthday, like as soon as they wake, so their first
Nightmare.
breath is just an inhale.
I would hate that so
I would hate it
much
too.
because you wouldn't know that you were actually awake. I would be like, am I still in dream world?
Right, because you never get to like ground yourself.
Oh God.
I just lose all like ability to like speak and function if you wake and bake, you know?
Oh yeah, I'd be.
It's like,
I imagine myself if I waked and bake. I imagine myself like when someone gets thrown out of an airlock in a space movie, where they're just like, just drifting off,
and we're on the window going,
frozen, eyes bulging. Some comments here. Hey, honey, the broker called while you were at work. I gave him your password and CC info. OP responded, this is probably why my husband doesn't tell me info like that. Someone else said, you being high might have just saved your asses.
Yeah, cause like it sounded weird. It sounded sus.
Yeah.
This was the boss calling?
I don't know.
Being
no,
like-
it's the broker.
It was the broker.
Oh, okay. Cause like, yeah, I guess that makes sense, but it's kind of funny.
I just swear like that's what happens. It's why I'm paranoid about even doing it in the first place is because I'm like, as soon as I do, then shit's gonna get real. It's gonna be bad. No, these are as high of stakes as possible. Like they needed to get info over, or else they're not gonna get their house that they're actively packing for.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing to happen.
Especially when you're high.
Yeah, if you're in the, it's like if you knew how high stakes this was, it's like I gotta pack. This might be calling. Things are happening. Like you wouldn't smoke weed at all.
But I would just hit the hubby up.
What I like is that they admit they're like, yeah, this is a big crazy situation. So I hung up and I'm really terrified. And now I'm back to scrolling on Reddit. And it's like, wait, what? Like, you didn't solve the problem? It's still happening? That was crazy. Glad that's not happening anymore.
No, so is there an update?
So there's an edit/update. Husband got home, said we shouldn't give the broker the password/account info, and he went to log in the site himself. It's under maintenance and won't give him the document we need, so my life. Surely it has to be a up on the mortgage guy's side, right? He mentioned we might need this form last night, but then called me this morning and said the deal wasn't going down if I didn't get it to him ASAP. I'm waiting for a call back and see what the situation is looking like. Edit number 2, everything's set, and I'm driving down this morning to close. Okay, it all worked out.
Okay, good. Sounds like it wasn't a mess up on their end.
No.
Except for getting stoned.
I love that feeling though when you're like, oh God, did I do something wrong? Am I? And then it's like, no, you're good.
So the house thing was successful, but did she down a sleeve of Oreos and play Fortnite?
Likely.
Likely.
Okay, then it was a success.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's our last story. Today I up by faking a British accent for 12 years.
That's not today.
That's this decade. Whoa. Okay.
I can't believe I did that all today. This happened in high school at summer band camp. I did not know anyone at this camp, and I flew in from out of state. When I left the airport, my best friend called me, and we were talking. I had an inside joke with my best friend where we would just talk to each other in random accents for no reason. This time, I was talking to her in a British accent. Little did I know that a group of people from my summer camp were standing right next to me, waiting for the camp's bus to pick us up. I get off the phone, and one of them asks if I'm here for the camp too, and I say yes. He then asks me where I'm from and tells me that my accent is so cute. I had really bad social anxiety in high school, and in my anxious mind, I thought this dude would think I'm weird for faking an accent. He was also cute, which made me more nervous. I totally panicked and just said, England. Then he asked me what part, and I said, London. Then, thinking he'd asked if I'd flew in from abroad, I said I was raised in London and then moved to the US. That was where the lies started, but not where they ended. The entire bus ride to the camp, this guy was talking to me about British TV shows like Doctor Who, and I kept faking the accent. So we get to the camp, and by now I'm thinking I have to come clean and say it was just a bad joke. But for some reason, my anxiety is going, no, don't do that. It's too late. You are British now.
And you're right.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
That is what's gonna happen. Everyone in the bus had heard my accent and me talking about how much I love Doctor Who and the London theater, never been. So for the entire 2 months of this camp, I pretended to be British. I even watched YouTube videos on how to fake a better accent and words to say to sound more British. That guy and I became friends and we kept in touch. I never came clean. It's been 12 years. For a while, we kept in touch a lot and would FaceTime and I'd fake the accent. We aren't as close anymore, but we still talk over Snapchat sometimes. And whenever I send him a Snapchat where I'm talking, I have to fake the accent. At this point, I think I'm stuck being British forever to him. He can never meet my other friends or family. He lives in a different state, but if he ever visits where I live, I guess I'm faking the accent. I wish I had never faked the accent. Edit. I didn't pick a dialect, but I did have the brilliant idea to say my dad was French, Canadian, and we spent a few summers in Canada when I was growing up. I thought this would explain it if my accent sounded off to anyone because I would have grown up hearing his accent too and taken on some of it. Obviously, looking back on it now, that wasn't as clever as I thought at the time. LOL.
Wow. 12 years?
You cannot come clean now. That person would
Yeah.
actually think you're a serial killer.
Yeah. Yeah, you're stuck. You're stuck being
so
British.
That's so funny. It reminds me of Nicholas Hamilton, the actor. He plays the bully in It. He's kind of a buddy of ours, and like he has an Australian accent, I believe. And one time he was like doing a really long story, like talking about this hotel room, and I realized like several minutes in that he'd been doing an American accent the whole time, and I was like, wait, and it like even that like changed my world. And then he at the end he's like, oh damn, I realized I did that, and he like said he did an accent, he, like did the American accent the whole time, probably because of a role he was doing at the time.
Sure.
But like even that, I was like, wait, hold on. So I'm wondering like what that friend would feel when they were to learn that.
Oh.
You know where this person up, besides that, when you have an accent and you come and you go anywhere, honestly, but like you go to America, after a while, especially after 12 years, it kind of like fades out a little bit because your brain like
True.
rewires a little bit to fit in
Yeah.
the space that you're in.
Or if you
So-
move to another country, you might
Yeah.
build a little bit more
Yeah.
accent.
Yeah, I mean Lindsay Lohan. I'm kidding. But yeah, so she could have easily just like laced in a thing where she's like, yeah, I think my accent's going away. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, because I have a friend who she lived in New Zealand for 2 years, and then like just a word randomly would have like the yeah sound on it. And so yeah, it will need to take a couple years for it to fade away.
What if her accent? We haven't heard it too. What if it's just like where are you from? I'm from London.
It's Dick Van Dyke.
I'm from London.
He's like, oh, your voice is so,
so
cute.
toothy. That's so toothy.
Your accent's so cute.
London, England. I like Doctor Who.
So here's a little bit of a thing, a quirky little embarrassing thing that I did. When I was in 7th grade, I was in this out of school track team, like a club track team. And sometimes I would pretend, and listen, this girl was crazy. I don't know who she was. That girl was me. But if I like had curled my hair that day and then showed up to track practice, I would pretend I was my twin who went to boarding school in London because I liked having an accent. And it was just, nobody believed me, but I like committed so hard to it. Where like, my name's Charlie. And I'm Courtney's sister, and I went to London, and I studied abroad since I was 3. It was really, really weird.
That's super weird.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It is. It is. I was raised by homeschooled kids and was homeschooled for a little while, so
That's the weirdest thing I've ever
it was
heard
a
in my
little
life.
slow to figuring out reality, you know?
And that person grew up to be Charlie XCX. It's crazy.
Yeah, nobody, I don't think anyone believed me, but I
Just
had
do
fun.
shit like that when you're
Yeah,
young.
when you're
I feel like
young,
people
I had fun.
People do that shit. And even if you don't believe it, it's still like people just do it.
Yeah, I am an actor now, so
Yeah.
I think that was a part of me always of just wanting to just do silly characters and things, and the fact that I named myself Charlie. Charlie bit my finger.
Yeah.
Charlie bit me. What the hell, dude? But to be fair, I was almost named Charlotte.
Okay.
So I think it
Okay,
was just
so
me.
then it's actually super normal.
So actually, it's normal, and I actually am Charlie, and I'm from London.
Some comments here. Pretend to knock your head in front of him and then start speaking with an American accent. That shit will be hilarious. Plot twist, he's been faking an American accent for 12 years and doesn't know how to tell you. Someone said, so which part of London are you not from? There are distinct differences in accent and colloquialisms even within that one metropolis. Please tell me you went full Cockney. Someone said, ironically, your 12-year dedication to a lie just to avoid an awkward moment is probably more British than the accent itself. It's not just the accent, it's her whole, she's catfishing him.
Yeah.
She's personality catfishing him.
Yeah.
He knows what she looks like, but he doesn't know
her.
anything else.
Yeah.
Good thing there's an update.
Oh, okay.
I did it. I sent my friend this post and told him. Turns out he sort of figured it out years ago because he saw my dad post something on my Facebook page that made him suspicious. He did some Googling and quickly figured out my dad had always worked in the US. My dad is a university professor, so his CV/work history is easy to find online. There are even videos of my dad talking at conferences clearly with an American accent. Anyway, my friend said he suspected for years and just didn't want to embarrass me and thought it wasn't worth bringing up because we weren't super close anymore when he figured it out. Nothing romantic ever happened between us, by the way. I just had a slight crush on him that summer. We're both actually married now. I apologized for lying to him, and he said it's fine, but he's never letting me forget this, and I have to do the accent if we ever see each other in person again. LOL. I'm glad I came clean, but I still feel really bad and embarrassed about the whole thing. Honestly, I'm sure I'll be cringing to myself about this for the rest of my life. LOL.
Oh boy.
Insane.
She's doing an Italian accent with her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Honey, who was that? I don't know.
Snap a shot the frame.
Dude, and it's all of this
She's
was
like,
for
"I love
someone
you."
that she's not close with.
Yeah.
The things we do.
I know.
Crazy.
That's friggin' wild. No, see, I would have gone at a certain point. I would have been like, okay, I'm gonna go this whole summer camp, and at the end, I'm gonna be like, I
'em.
freaking got you guys.
Yeah,
Pranked.
exactly.
Epic pranked. You guys all think I'm weird now. Pranked. Got you.
Worms at home. Gay
Worms at home. Okay, worms at home.
We got some gems out of this one. That's
did.
what happened. I'm trying to think who was the biggest fuck today, and I would say all of these were pretty I feel like a lot of them were pretty justified in their actions.
Right.
It's not a today I up, but lying for 12 years and faking an accent for 12
Yeah.
years is
That's
an
pretty big.
insane situation.
That is a pretty big secret to keep.
Yeah.
But you know what also is a big secret to keep is that you shot someone in the head with a paintball gun 5 times.
That's true. That's true.
He said, "Do you feel lucky?"
Yeah, that person did fuck up pretty hard, but I don't know. They were also following the rules of paintball, and
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, I guess it's not really so
Everyone-
much. That one just feels the most impactful. It doesn't feel like the biggest up.
nobody
Yeah.
went out of their way and up.
Right.
I guess if you wake and bake, you're kind of.
I mean, it's a rule in schools. If someone's rapping, you get to your dad.
Yep.
Exactly.
So,
In rap battles, anything goes.
Especially in Finland.
especially in Finland.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both for being here.
Hey, thanks so much.
This was great.
Yeah.
Hey, don't
Oh,
Hey.
I will, Shane.
Okay.
It's okay if today you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those watching, if today you up, you get a pass. Show this to whoever might have been affected by your
Yeah, and if
and let them know, hey, actually,
Yeah.
this one doesn't count.
and if you ran track with me in 2007, no, you didn't.
That was her twin. Charlie!
Charlie.
Hey,
I'm actually Charlie!
what you up today, you don't tomorrow.
Except your dad. No!
Sorehead.
All right. Let us know what other subreddits you want to see on here, what other themes, and we'll see you next Saturday. Goodbye.
Woo gays.
Woo
Gay it
gays,
up.
gay worms.
Gay worms.